And with many anti-Trump protests happening around the country, CSUB students are calling for unity. Eyewitness News reporter Kristen Powers tells us today students stood in solidarity for people who may feel threatened by a Trump presidency. Kristen?
Rochelle, students who led the peaceful protest this morning say this is a way to bring everyone together. They know Donald Trump is going to be the next president, and whether they like it or not, they've accepted it. But protesters say they won't accept a culture of hate, one they feel Trump has created. CSUB students gathered outside the student union. Signs saying "Not my president" and "Dump Trump" were held. Chants saying "Love Trump's hate" among many went on throughout the peaceful protest. But students say that now it's about bringing America together after an election that created so much division. The goal today was to start conversation about Trump's policies and to speak up for communities that may feel voiceless. The students want to talk openly about immigration, the LGBTQ community, and racism, so discrimination can stop. And they want to create a space where everyone can feel safe. Students say this kind of peaceful protest allows people to come together and find a middle ground, something they say America needs to move forward as a country.
We're not going to let racism be the norm. We're not going to let misogyny be the norm. We're just here for everybody.
We need him to be a president for all Americans, undocumented Americans, Muslim Americans, LGBTQ Americans, minorities, Caucasians, anybody. We need him to be a true president for all people.
The students say they're going to continue to peacefully protest until they see changes in Trump's policy plans. The group will meet again this Wednesday at noon. Live in studio, Kristen Powers, Eyewitness News. Back to you.
And this morning, Cal State Bakersfield students gathered outside of the student union to stand in solidarity with people who may feel threatened by a Trump presidency. This was the peaceful protest. Students say they've accepted that Donald Trump has won the election, and now it's time to let the president-elect know that they will not accept a culture of hate. Students say the goal of this political protest is to start a conversation about Trump's policies and to speak up for communities that currently feel voiceless.
I believe, this election season, we've literally become an us versus them society where it's either your blue lives matter or your black lives matter. You're a raging liberal or you're a crazy conservative. And that's not the thing that we need to do as a society.
People, unite!
The students say they are going to continue to peacefully protest until they see changes in Trump's policies. The group will meet again this Wednesday at noon.
Thousands around the United States protesting Donald Trump's election over the past week, and that includes right here in Bakersfield.
Not my president! Not my president! Not my president!
That was the scene at CSUB this afternoon. The group gathering at the student union patio for a peaceful and loud demonstration. They wanted to talk about how they're feeling and what they're concerned about now that Trump has been elected president.
A lot of students were really sad and were actually crying days after the election. And, eventually we hit that point in our grieving process where we said, it's time to stand up and let our voice be heard.
There was also a protest on Friday outside the local GOP headquarters led by Bakersfield Black Lives Matter group. Dozens of CSUB students gathering in front of the student union today, chanting and holding signs in protest against President-elect Donald Trump.
Future electorate, and I want to remind you that there is a better...
Students holding signs saying phrases like "Love Trump's hate" and "We shall overcome." This is the second protest held by students who say it's important to stand up against Trump's divisive platform and let people of all backgrounds know they are safe. Organizers of the protest say that Trump's latest appointments are particularly troubling, like the strategist Steve Bannon, who has numerous ties to white supremacist groups.
We're not here to dispute the results of the election. We're just here to express our dissatisfaction with the culture of hate that Trump is presenting. If he continues to appoint white supremacists to his cabinet, we're gonna stay out here.
Students say their protests have been noticed by campus officials and have prompted a brown bag decision to be held next week about the election. There will also be an open forum held at the Kegley Institute.